masterpiece, The Secrets of Dumbledore. Well, like an hour ago, I had to, you know, kind of gather my thoughts and jot down some things for this video. It's 1 in the morning, but I wanted to film this before I went to bed tonight, so it's still fresh in my memory. Although, I mean, either way, you're still not gonna be seeing it until tomorrow. But yeah, I got to see Secrets of Dumbledore opening night, and in this video, I'm gonna be sharing my thoughts on the film. So this video is going to be in 2 parts. First, I'm going to be sharing some quick thoughts, a non-spoiler review, and then after that, I'm going to be reacting to my top 10 predictions that I posted in a video about a week ago. So let's start out with some quick thoughts, a non-spoiler review. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I loved it. It's definitely up there with the first film, definitely way surpassed Crimes of Grindelwald. I'd have to see it a few more times, rewatch a little bit before I actually really decide whether I like this one or Fantastic Beasts 1 better. But it's definitely a candidate. The thing is, like, with the first film, it's a lot of the beasts and it's like smaller stakes, and this one now it's getting higher stakes, and I know some people aren't as much a fan of that, wish it just stuck to the beasts, but I like that. Somehow, the film captivated me, like, the entire time, regardless of the fact that I already knew half of what was gonna be happening because of my super detailed trailer breakdowns and predictions videos. But I think, like, the fact that the characters most of the time didn't even know what the heck was going on helped really keep that air of mystery and really helped me enjoy it. Even though I felt like I knew a lot going into it, there's still a lot that I was surprised about and that I got wrong in my predictions. Another thing that was really good about it, the duels were really good. I remember in like the last month or so seeing a featurette where they were saying that they really wanted to top the duel between Dumbledore and Voldemort, which is like definitely the best duel in the Harry Potter movies. You know, the one in the Ministry of Magic at the end of the 5th movie. Anyway, I don't know if they necessarily topped that duel because that duel is just so good, but the ones in this film were also very good and really enjoyable, and like the special effects were great. It's definitely up there, and they definitely put like everything they had into those duels. They were really good. A few maybe less positive things about the movie to balance out this non-spoiler review part of my video. There are just a few things that I'm still a little confused about. Also, I don't know how I feel about some things that seem to maybe have been retconned. You know what, at this point, I think this is a good time for the spoiler warning. I've kind of started to discuss some spoilery things, so I think from now on, there will be spoilers in this video. If you care about that, maybe pause the video and come back to watch the rest when you have watched the film. If not, keep on watching. There's just maybe some explanation lacking in places, like how does the Deluminator work, and like, was that first scene with Dumbledore and Grindelwald even like real? And like the fight between them at the end, was that real or... Also, it never really clearly explained why Dumbledore gave Jacob a wand. I mean, it, like, served the plot, but the reasoning behind it was never explained. But that tends to happen in films, I feel like. I'd say the same thing about the Harry Potter films, it's just with those, we have the books to explain things when they're not explained in the movies. So yeah, retconning, first of all, the Manticores, which I guess this isn't really a spoiler because I did mention it in one of my trailer breakdowns, but they definitely retconned Manticores as they were canonically explained in Harry Potter and the Fantastic Beasts book. See, Manticore. The Manticore is a highly dangerous Greek beast with the head of a man, body of a lion, and tail of a scorpion. These just looked like giant scorpions. As dangerous as the Chimera and as rare, the Manticore is reputed to croon softly as it devours its prey. Manticore skin repels almost all known charms, and the sting causes instant death. Yeah, they changed that. Although I do guess they never actually called them by name in the film that I noticed, but they did definitely call them Manticores in a featurette. The other 2 things I listed about retconning kind of stuff, maybe, was about the fights between Dumbledore and Grindelwald. First of all, there was the one with Aberforth, Dumbledore, and Grindelwald, the one where Ariana died. And in the film, Dumbledore just said that Grindelwald just laughed. And one of the first things I did, I came home and checked Harry Potter 7 for this conversation between Harry and Dumbledore. And Dumbledore said Grindelwald lost control, and obviously we assumed that meant he joined the fight, right? But maybe he didn't? And then the other thing is that it implied that Dumbledore and Grindelwald didn't meet up again until their famous duel in 1945. I mean, this is the exact passage. Dumbledore said, "I think he knew what frightened me. I delayed meeting him until finally it would have been too shameful to resist any longer. People were dying and he seemed unstoppable, and I had to do what I could. Well, you know what happened next. I won the duel, I won the wand." So, like, it never really clearly said exactly what happened, but it definitely implied that. But I guess it just said that he delayed meeting up with Grindelwald, and maybe that delay was until 1932, 13 years before the duel, and then he just jumps onto talking about the duel because it's relevant, but not exactly the same time. Anyway, how do you guys feel about these things that maybe are being retconned from Harry Potter? Now, so those are some of my thoughts coming out of the theater right after watching it, fresh in my mind. I really did enjoy it, but there were just a few things that were maybe like confusing, or I don't know how I feel about them. Now, let's get on to reacting to my predictions from last week. So if you haven't checked out that video yet, of course you can check it out. It's linked in the cards. But yeah, I compiled my top 10 predictions for Secrets of Dumbledore, and let's see how well I did. My first prediction was actually threefold. My question was, what are the secrets of Dumbledore? I felt like I had to list 3 things. One of them, totally right, I said it would be confirmed in this film that Dumbledore was in love with Grindelwald, that like they actually dated. And yep, not even 10 minutes into the film, that diner scene takes place and we get that confirmation from the mouth of Dumbledore. A quick comment about that diner scene, which I'm still a little confused about. I did not think it would be the first thing in the film. Like, I thought that was gonna be like during the Berlin stuff. Number 2, I predicted that it would be confirmed in this film that Ariana was an Obscurial, and it was! I got that one right as well. As soon as Dumbledore said it to Newt, I just gave a little quiet clap to myself in the theater. And my third one, oh, the theories about Credence. Oh, the theories. I got that one wrong. So the theory I was kind of buying into at this point about Credence and who he was that he wasn't actually a Dumbledore, but the Obscurus that was attached to him was. Anyway, totally not that. It turns out the answer was like the simplest answer possible, and it was a mix between the fact that he is a Dumbledore and Grindelwald was lying a little bit, and the answer was that he is Aberforth's son. Which I feel like I remember some people saying that like 3.5 years ago when Crimes of Grindelwald came out. They're theorizing and they're like, well, maybe he's Aberforth's son. And everyone's like, nah, that's not it. That's too simple. But anyway, out of the 3 secrets of Dumbledore I predicted, 2 of them were right, so that's pretty good. I also don't know how to score that one because that was still only technically 1 of my 10 predictions. I'll decide at the end. I don't know. 2, my second prediction was about the in-universe explanation for why Tina was mostly absent in the film. My prediction was she got a promotion to become the lead Auror at MACUSA, and oh my gosh, my prediction that I just like pulled out of nowhere was actually like 100% accurate. That scene on the train where it was confirmed that, yeah, Tina became the head of the Auror office in America, and she's just not available at this time. I was like, oh my gosh, I was right. I couldn't believe it. My third prediction was about Nagini. I thought we would at least see her or hear about her for some closure, but she wasn't in the film at all, so I got that one wrong. My fourth prediction, I predicted that the Phoenix that is with Credence is Fawkes the Phoenix, and this wasn't confirmed or denied in the film, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna score this point. Maybe like give myself a half point, because it could potentially still be Fawkes, and we'll find that out in the next film. I was also wrong about the fact that it would be joining Dumbledore. It literally just flies next to him at that one point, so I don't know. My fifth prediction was answering the question, is Jacob magic? And I said, no, he is not, which that is correct. In fact, the wand wasn't even a real wand. It didn't have a core, and it didn't even have tricks up its sleeve. Lally just enchanted it at that one point to make the storm appear, because she was trying to cause a distraction to keep him from being attacked, because it looked like he was attacking Grindelwald, but I mean, it's not like he even could. It was a fake wand. My sixth prediction I got wrong. I was so close on this one. I narrowed it down. The question was whose case would have the Chillin in it. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. I narrowed it down to Bunty or Jacob, and I chose Jacob. But it was Bunty. And seeing that totally makes sense too. I just went for one, you know, it was like 50-50, and I went for the wrong one. That part with the cases was a great part of the film, and watching that, I was pretty sure it had to be Jacob or Bunty, and I was leaning towards Jacob, so at first I'm like, it's gotta be Jacob, it's gotta be Jacob, and like, Dumbledore nods his head to make sure he gets a certain case, but maybe that's a signal to Newt to take the correct case. And then Dumbledore legitimately says, you don't have the case with the Chillin in it. Don't worry, you can drop it whenever you get the chance. So I'm like, oh, maybe that's like a ploy, but it wasn't. He really didn't have the right case. And then I'm like, okay, Bunty's got to have it. And the movie tried so hard to make you think that Newt had it, which I mean, going back to the part where like Dumbledore shook his head, don't take that one. Then Newt takes the one that he shook his head about. So that's gotta be the right case, because he was trying to make Jacob not take that case so he would have the wrong case, but then he was really just trying to manipulate it all so that Newt thought he had the case. Everyone maybe thought that Newt had the case, but Bunty really had the real case, and she was in that disguise. Oh my gosh, I totally called that one too. So once Jacob's case opened, I'm like, okay, Bunty's gotta have it, and so I totally saw that part coming where like they were trying to make the audience think that Newt had the case, and the case like disintegrates, and so I'm just like waiting. Bunty's gonna show up in the green, and she's gonna show up, that person who you've seen in the background walking slowly around in the green. You can't see the face. It's gonna be Bunty. She's gonna have the case, and that's totally what happened. So that was great. So yeah, once it was confirmed that Jacob didn't have the real case, I knew how the rest of it was gonna play out, but it was executed really well, so I still really enjoyed it. My 7th prediction was that Grindelwald wouldn't become the Supreme Mugwump. There would be a fake election to make it look like he won, but then the Chillin would choose who really should become the next Supreme Mugwump, which would be Vicencia Santos. Also, quick side note, I don't think they said the term Supreme Mugwump once in this film. They kept on like skirting around that term. Maybe they don't like that term. I know it is one of those things that I think was included in Harry Potter back when it was part of the whimsy type of it, you know, in like the first book, so... Anyway, I was totally right about how this played out, although this is a good point to mention that I did not predict that there were going to be 2 Chillins. That scene, like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes into the film, and then there's twin Chillins that are bored, made so much suddenly make sense that I was confused about in my trailer breakdowns, trying to put the trailers in chronological order and all of that. It made everything fit into place so much better, and I don't know why I didn't even think of that. But yeah, that made it make so much more sense how it could seem like simultaneously both Grindelwald and Newt had a Chillin, and they both had similar plans to make the Chillin bow to who should be the leader, but Grindelwald was obviously manipulating the situation. I don't even know if I want to talk about prediction number 8. I was reading way too much into this situation, so there's that clip where you see the Manticore grabs a person and they're screaming and it goes down, and I'm like, who is this? It sounds like Jacob, it looks like Dumbledore, maybe it's Aberforth. So I just went with a totally random guess and said it was Aberforth. But yeah, it's no one we knew. Also, that scene did not take place under that temple in Bhutan. That was totally earlier on in the movie, and it's apparently another wizarding type prison that's mostly decommissioned but not completely. So that was kind of interesting. Number 9, I've never been so happy to be wrong. Oh my gosh, I predicted that Theseus would die. I got so concerned by that clip at the end where it looked like you could see everyone except for Theseus. So I'm like, oh no, Theseus is gonna die. He's gonna get killed by the Manticore. But he did not. We're good. And it turns out that the person I thought in that clip was Newt was actually Theseus. Newt's just off to the side at that point. Oh, and also, that person in red was Queenie, not Tina. They totally bamboozled us on that one. And on to prediction number 10. The question was, who would have the allegiance of the Elder Wand at the end of the film? I said that it would still be with Grindelwald at the end and not change alliance to Dumbledore. And while nothing about this is explicitly stated at all, I don't see any evidence to support the idea that it did change alliance at all, so I do think I'm right in this situation. This is another one I don't know exactly how to score it. I think maybe I'll give myself the point for this one because it seems like I'm right, and I'll not give myself the point for whether the Phoenix was Fawkes because that one just, we don't know. So depending on how we score this, whether that first prediction is worth 3 points or just like 1 point and each was worth a third of a point, then I got either 6 out of 12 or 4.67 out of 10. So either way, yeah, it sounds like I knew about half of what was gonna happen in the film before seeing it. I did have so much fun making my prediction and breakdown videos leading up to this film. I hope you guys enjoyed them too. If this video does well, I might make a couple more videos reacting to my other prediction videos, like my trailers in chronological order videos and my breakdowns and stuff like that. If you guys are interested in that, definitely hit a like so I know. Also, comment down below, what did you think about the film? Did you like Secrets of Dumbledore as much as I did? Were there things you didn't like about it? Let's discuss down in the comments. Hey, I'm re-recording my outro because I wanted to mention something real quick. Earlier today, I got to film a podcast-style review of Secrets of Dumbledore with Last Marauder, another small Harry Potter YouTuber. I believe it's supposed to be posted on Wednesday on that channel, so if it's past Wednesday, check it out. It'll be linked right there. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, which you can do by clicking down there. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post any more upcoming Fantastic Beasts videos. And of course, check out some more more videos. Up top is that podcast style review that I mentioned, and underneath that is my playlist of all my Fantastic Beasts related videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!